Hey, good morning, Peter. Thank you for your patience on this. This is going to be a demo video for you for your KR Sabers Kylo Ren Crossguard installed with the Goth Master chassis, heavily weathered on the chassis and a few other things that you wanted me to do. So let's go over to my desk and take a look at this, and we'll be out in the mail to you first thing Monday. Thanks. Hey, good morning, Peter. We are going to go over your KR Sabers Crossguard. This is a very cool and unique saber, as you know. This is from KR Sabers. It was weathered by the Proplicator, I believe. I'm not sure if I'm getting that correct, but I know Cal had this weathered version for you, and that's how you bought it from him. All right, this is installed with a Proffie V3, lots of doodads in the Goth crystal chamber, or the Goth Master chassis rather. But before we get into it, you've got your stock lit PCBs here for the quillions, and then also for the main emitter, if I can focus in on that. One of the things that you would ask me to do was, if possible, use LED lens covers for these, but this is not how this particular saber is set up. It comes with holders, it comes with the short pin connectors, and you only use those lens covers when you have long pin connectors. All right, so I just wanted you to be aware of that. When you look down here, these are your blade retentions for your quillion. So you've got this grub screw here, this grub screw right here. I'm not going to use these for the demo, but just to show you that they're there. And of course, this grub screw for your main blade. I've got your blade plugs off here to the side, just to show you. These are your small guys that they fit in there nice and even on that side, nice and even on this side. That's for the small ones. And then your main blade one will fit in here as well, nice and even. All right, so go ahead and pop that out. I will make sure I put those into the saber before I send it off. 2-button setup. So this top switch here will be power for you. This bottom switch will be auxiliary. To get to your chassis, you'll need to take 3 screws out. I went ahead and I took them out already right here for the sake of saving some time on the demo. All right, but there'll be one here. You can see how that hole lines up in there. So one here, and one here. You'll need to take all 3 of those out, take this wire and just pop it off like that, and then you can slide this handle straight out. Slide it straight out and put it off to the side. This is your master chassis. So you had asked me to go a little bit darker, or a lot darker than what I would usually do on weathering a chassis. So I hope that this came out the way that you like, but there is a lot going on in this guy. Starting up top here, since we're here, you've got 2 10-pixel LED strips. Of course, one right here and one right here. They have lenses that are glued on top of them, but you'll see them nice and bright when we light this saber up. You've got an OLED screen right here. Now again, you had given me a bit of a list of things to do on this saber, one of them being to put an LED strip on top of the board. Not something that you can do on this particular setup, because this LED, or this OLED screen rather, is right on top of the board. So you would never see that. All right, so that's not something that we could do on this one. To get to your board, you want to take this guy off here. This is on magnets, so it pops in and out easily. You would ask for any exposed wires to be black, so that's what we did there. Your speaker wires, your 2 positive wires. But if you look right here, that's how you get access to your SD card and your micro USB. It's also how you assist yourself in taking the battery out. So if we were to come over here, this is your battery cover. It pops open. You could push it from right here. That helps you pop it out. All right, and then that is, of course, your battery tray. Your leaf spring is over here next to the hinge of your door. That is the negative side of your battery. So we'll just pop that in and push that down. There's 2 magnets right here in this area that hold this door in. However, if you were to hold this outside of the saber, the door has a tendency to come loose. All right, but it stays in place very nice when the handle's on. But that's how you get to your board. When you're done, you can just pop that right back in and it stays in place. It's held together with 6 magnets, 3 on each side. Flipping it around, of course, we went over your battery already. You've got a crystal chamber up in here. So the easiest way to get to this crystal chamber is start with this door right here. if I can get my fingers in it, there we go. Pop that door down, and then once you get one door down, you can pop the rest down. Pretty easy. All right, you've got a total of what there, 5 doors that come open. You got most of this chassis in brass, although you wanted the aluminum tubes, so I put the aluminum tubes in there. And then you got these, the crystal base and the spinning plasma piece you got in a silver color, and I just kind of knocked the shine off of those and weathered them up a little bit. One additional thing I did to this that was not very easy to do was I replaced the crystal that came with the chassis with a real quartz crystal. So that's a real quartz crystal in there. It could be very difficult to do this sometimes because, like in the case of this particular chassis, the crystal was printed and designed around this base right here, and it was designed also to hold the Neopixel accent that lit it. So it was very tricky to get that in there, but we did it. All right, so and that's pretty much the chassis. If we want to turn this on, we're going to come over here. I find it best to take a pair of tweezers, grab your kill switch and flip it. All right, so if I turn this light off, you can see your LEDs going back and forth. I did give you my, this is my boot up animation. It says Solo Sabers for the OLED screen, but that's just for boot up. And then you've got your battery meter right there. If you look over here, if we continue to have these doors down, which I should have just left open, but that's okay. These are all held together with magnets on each other as well. But you can see your crystal is pulsing nice and bright there. We come over here and hit power. Now you got your nice spinning piece. I gave you a spinning crystal for your OLED animation as well. All right. All your quillions are lit up. The main blade is all lit up. And then you've got twist off, and then you can just close all of these. And that's basically how that chassis looks when it's outside of the saber, or outside of the handle rather. Now when putting the handle on, and you probably know this already because you've owned one of these before, but you'll notice this little notch right here in your handle. That notch is going to correspond with the switch PCB that you can see inside of there when you look at it this way. All right, so we'll put our, get that notch lined up with your switches, and it will go right in. All right, you'll take this guy, just kind of put it in here. It gives it the impression it's one piece, and then you'll go through and you'll put all 3 of those screws back in, and then you can operate it from here. This only has one sound font on it, and I took all the voices off, but when you were to hit auxiliary to go to another font, I just gave you that little sound to let you know that you're on the font. All right, I'm just gonna hold the blade in there real quick, just to show you that it fires it up fine. And then I don't have any 7/8 inch quillions, but what I do have is a 7/8 inch blade. So I'll just hold it in each side. There's a little bit of a tight fit, but we'll get it in there. This is kind of a new blade. All right. Take this out and put it in the other side just to show you that both sides are working. All right. Fire it up again. Let me find the button. All right. We're going to take the blade out. And then when we're done, we'll pop this loose, take those 3 screws out, pull it straight out, and we'll go ahead and turn it on here. We'll flip it off with the kill switch, and it kills power like it should. All right, so that is basically how you work this Kylo Ren Crossguard with Goth Master Chassis. Let me know if you have any questions. and it is Sunday today, so I'll make sure this goes out in the mail to you first thing on Monday morning. Thanks, man.